Hello everyone and welcome, my name's Ali. Today I'm going to be doing a map guide for the map OCTANE within Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer. There'll be a link in the description to all of my map guides for all of the multiplayer maps in Call of Duty Ghosts. So make sure you don't miss in the map. I've also just launched some epic Call of Duty Ghosts t-shirts and I'll be giving some away every single day this week, the week after this video has gone up. So make sure you'll follow me on Twitter for more information about that. But for this map guide, I'm going to be showing you guys all the interactive parts of the map, some cool ways to get across the map, and also some cool lines of sight. So the very first part of this map, for those guys who didn't know, is that if you lob an explosive on here and explode it, this will fall down and will no longer be standing up and basically acts as a piece of cover, and it's a good way to shoot anyone that's in the top of that building over there. Next up here is something very, very useful. It's how to get a free care package from either this side or from this side. You can throw, again, an explosive on there and explode it, and you will be granted a free care package, which is awesome. Especially if you want to get something for free very early on in the game and the enemy doesn't know this, you can just simply sprint up to it, get it for free, and boom, you've got yourself a bonus. Now, the next interactive part of the map is actually a little bit harder. You may know about it, but how to actually activate it is a little bit different. So I just had to switch out my character quickly so I had enough explosives, and what I'm going to show you is how to explode these walls. Do not throw the explosive on the wall. Throw the explosive on the ground in front of the wall, and then explode it, and boom. This will be opened up, giving you a line of sight of over here, which is actually one of the spawn points, to the building up there, and then also across the map. Basically just giving you a very nice vantage point across the map, and the same thing can be done over here. Again, do not throw it on the wall, throw it on the ground in front, and then boom, it'll explode, giving you this one's probably my favorite, actually, this vantage point across here. Keeping this up is actually sometimes good because it means this area is a little bit more covered. It's actually quite open once this point is open and this point is open. However, once it is open, you can actually get up there by jumping up the little stair ladder thing there. You can then jump across to here. You can actually sprint at this, holding down a jump button, and then get up from there. So another way to access this part of the building. This building actually, or this roof, has two entrances in this building here. And you've got to be aware that there was also another stairway here, just so you know where enemies will be coming from when they try and find you. This is the edge of the building here. To be honest, I wouldn't come in this building much apart from getting up to the roof. Now, let's cover the right-hand side of the map first. So we've got this building here, this building there. They don't really serve much purpose apart from just having a few walkways through them and then ladders up to the top. Back of the map here, wouldn't recommend spending much time around here at all. Pretty much like a dead zone on the map. Not much to do here. It does, however, lead into this building here. This building here is a fairly good place to rush into if the enemies are spawning out there. If you can sort of like control this building and pop out here and kill a few people and then come back in here, it's a good place to have cover. It's worth noting that there's a random room in here, which is a good place to sort of go down and sort of keep low if enemies start to find out where you are. And then again, you have another door in the back here, which leads to this area of the map. Now, this area of the map here is tough because enemies can spawn over there, and you tend to get these long-range gunfights. To be honest, I wouldn't spend too long in here either. I would come up here, and you've got a nice vantage point across the whole of the map. Once that falls down, of course, that's no longer accessible, but you can see across there, pretty much all the way across there, and more importantly to across to the building in there, but there isn't much cover at all. So make sure you're going back sort of in here after you've taken a few shots so that enemies don't have an easy shot on you. So we sort of covered the back end of the map here. Now we're going to cover this part of the map, which to me is a lot more interesting. Again, you have a ladder up here, and again you can, if it lets me climb up, there we go, again you can jump across into here. Now, I can't remember if this was, I'm pretty sure this is new, but I've played this map in the early release version at different events, and I didn't think this was here, but it is now, so I'll tell you guys anyway. You can come all the way to the back of the building, and you can shoot out across here. You can also access this part of the building through the stairways at the back here. Again, a bit of a dead zone, but good place to say calling in care packages. And then you can go downstairs, and once you're downstairs, you're just in the bottom area of the building, and it will link up to this part of the map. If you want to get back up top, you can do so by climbing up here as well, which is awesome. Next up, we have this area of the map. This is like one of the spawn places, one of the back areas of the map, and there's a lot going on here. What I would say is be careful of anyone that's up there or up there as you run out here, because it can be a bit risky. Again, I swear this part of the map is new. I'm going to have to go back and check my old footage, but regardless, it's here now. You can come up this stairway, and you can actually come in here where there's a long corridor, and you can look out here and get another vantage point. You can't really look across the map, you've got that thing blocking you, but you can look across here, across here, and across here, and it's a bit of a sort of way, a surprise way of taking out enemies rather than just running out from down below. Now if we continue through the map here, we sort of have the lookout point, which is the opposite to that part which we've just come from over there. Here you can get a good view across to that part of the map, to the centre of the map. What I like to do at the beginning of the map is actually, if I spawn there, I'll sprint straight up to these, up the stairway, come here, try and pick out anyone that's sort of just over there, get a few kills, and then either come down and sprint to another area across the map, or retreat back. So I use it as like a start point of the map, basically. There is also this under part of the map here, which is just sort of linking in to the bottom area of the map. Nothing too important here to note. However, you can climb on this tank, and this tank cannot, if we go back up again, this tank cannot be used to access that window. However, if we try and jump up there, you can see it doesn't work. But if you climb up here and get on top of this building, which can be done, thank you very much. This building here, this little train here, you can sprint across and get up here. So this is another way of accessing this part of the map. So I believe that is everything. A lot of stuff was covered within this video. A lot of different points and vantage points to note. Make sure that you're aware of all of these when you're playing this multiplayer map, because you don't want to be caught short. You don't want to be suddenly shot from an angle which you weren't expecting to be shot from. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. Do you like this map? Do you not like this map? And make sure you're checking out all my other map guides as well. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on my next video.